Hey Nolan. So I wanted to do a short video reply to the question that you asked about the Dorian fingerings. I wasn't able to find the chart that I said I would, but I thought I'd share some tips from my piano teacher and what she always said about a good fingering. So I come from a classical upbringing, and classical is all about efficiency and speed and kind of finding places where you can rest between the difficult pieces. So I think classical is a good place to look for inspiration if you're looking for convenient and kind of nice fingerings. So anyway, the three I'm gonna try to stick around here so we can see what I'm doing, but there's also chordy beneath, so hopefully that'll kind of help as well. So the three rules are: rule number one, the thumb doesn't play a black key. Rule number two is try to use as many fingers as you can. So if you can kind of play all four fingers, that's great. The pinky, I wouldn't maybe use it as much, simply because it's pretty hard if you're playing something with a pinky to switch pinky to thumb, right? It's pretty not impossible, but it's pretty tough. So that's why the fifth finger is kind of a pain point, let's say. And then the third, and I think most important rule, is related to how my teacher used to, because you want to really be able to conceptualize how you're managing your wrist position as well. It's not only about not running out of fingers, but it's also about managing your wrist position so that you're not putting too much strain on your wrist. And I'm going to demonstrate that in a second. So what my teacher told me, that a nice way to conceptualize these wrist positions is to use something that is called grips. So the way that this works is you would just, following these rules, you would grip all of the keys that you would grip in a particular fingering, and then you would just practice transferring these grips across different octaves first. So let's take a really simple example. Let's take B natural major. So for B natural major, the first key of B natural major is a white key. So it is legal to play it with my thumb. And I would maybe do a grip like this. So I would use thumb, index finger, and middle finger. The next key is a white key. So I would try to play it with the thumb as well. And then I have my three fingers here to play the remaining notes of the scale. And then I would just practice kind of first transferring these between the octaves, right? I can see that it's very convenient for me. And also thinking in this way, it allows me to kind of do this thing where I don't do something like this this pivot, right? So I don't pivot, because that's going to put a lot of strain on you. You just kind of play and release and try to transfer to the next position. Of course, if you're playing like a killer fast run or something, that's going to be harder, but you get what I'm saying. And then for Dorian, it's really going to be exactly the same. So let's say I want to come up with a fingering for C Dorian, right? So for C Dorian, I would say the first note is a white key, so I do a 3-finger grip. And then notice that it's very convenient for me to do this 4-finger grip, right? So I can play right? And if I take a different scale, maybe like F Dorian, that comes from E flat major, I would have a I'm going to try to stick around here. 4-finger grip, right? So I do F, G, A flat, B flat. And then the second grip is C, D natural, and E flat, right? So I would do practice this, and then practice playing. And lastly, I think is if you're thinking about the left hand, the same rules apply. The only difference would be that here I kind of start with the thumb if I'm playing C Dorian with the right hand. But with the left hand, you would have this kind of mirror inversion of it. So let's say I'm looking to play C Dorian again, right? So my grips, if I were to think about that for C Dorian, would be like this, right? So you can see it's almost kind of inverted. So I would play right. So and you know, you can apply that to any scale really. Like for example, if I was playing a half whole diminished scale, right? Like I would maybe do here fourth. It's not so much of an option because it's hard to then go up, right? So I would maybe do 3 3 2, something like that. So I hope that helps you. Let me know. And like if you disagree, if you think there's a better way, I'm also very happy to learn new stuff as well. So just let me know. And cheers. And have a blast. And you know, I wish you all the best in your playing and your development.